Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So about a month ago, I made a video unboxing a pair of Puffy Paws from a company called Pumpland. And for those that missed it, this is a new company that has been making some squishy inflatable hand paws, and they're also making some inflatable foot paws now. Now, since I made that video, they have recently launched some inflatable collars. And last time I mentioned that they're going to be expanding their catalog by creating some inflatable animal hoods and suits. Their mock-up sketches that I previously showed also looked very good, and I'm very curious on trying some of these in the future, and I could definitely see some of these be used in future skit videos. Now, we are going to be looking at some of their other products today, and the one specifically that I'll be unboxing today is their inflatable feet paws. This is made out of the same material as the hand paws, which if you haven't seen me unbox those yet, check out the description as I'm going to include a link to the video. Additionally, before we jump into this unboxing today, I mentioned that in my previous unboxing video, they're providing me with an affiliate code, which will contain a discount for you to use. They've been providing a lot of sales recently, and if you'd like to get $20 off of any order that's over $200, use the code ZarosTheFurry or use the affiliate link below. Finally, and this is the last thing that I wanted to mention before I jump into the unboxing, this is my second to last video that I'm filming in this apartment. I just finished graduate school, and after 2.5 years of content creation in this very tiny apartment, it's finally time for me to move out. As a matter of fact, as you're watching this right now, I'm currently setting up my new household. My next video will be the last video you'll see within this small environment, and I'm doing a cool little experiment that you all won't want to miss. In fact, it's going to involve a small experiment with helium again. So this is a very small living room, and by moving out, it's going to provide a small refresh in my content. And I'm excited as it's going to give my future videos a new look, and it'll make my videos feel a little more renewed. Anyways, enough yapping. Let's go ahead and dive into this unboxing. Alright, so in here, let's go ahead and open it. And I'm noticing right off the bat, we don't have this in a box like last time. But let me try and get this off. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I guess we do have this small box here. This is just the pump. There's nothing too special about it. I've shown this in the previous video, but let's just put that aside. And then in here, I noticed that the feet are already slipping out of the bag here. So I'll take that out. And then we have some other contents here, which I've already shown in the past. Here's that nice Pumpland branding, as you've seen before. And these are the instructions and kind of the welcome manual again. And it looks like here it's the same directions as the hand paws. They don't have anything for foot paws, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And here, this is, well, I thought this was a patch kit last time, but it looks like that they have a sticker, which they haven't put this on last time, but it says here that this is actually a sheet for wiping the product. So I guess it's just a cloth. I'll just put that aside for now. I don't really have to clean it because these are brand new. And these are heavy. Wow. Okay, listen to this. Yeah, so this is probably the heaviest piece of footwear that I've ever seen. Oh, hang on one sec. Okay, there we go. Last time that I put these paws out from the company, there was actually a finishing on it, which was a bit greasy and it stained my table last time, so I don't want to do that again. But I just covered up my table with the towel because I don't want that to happen again. And let's try and get this out. It's the same consistency as last time, the same kind of feeling to it, the squishiness. All right, and there we go. We have this little ankle locket thing, which I've shown this before on the paws, but let me see if I can find where the lock is at for these. Here's the other paw. I'm just looking in the bag, and I don't think I see anything. Maybe it's in this box. Hang on. No, I don't see anything in there. Here's the pump, but I'll show that soon. I think that they might be in here then. Oh, yep, I see it. Okay, here are the keys. So let me get the bag open. And unlock this in a little bit. And I guess while it's open, we can go ahead and take the other paw out. These are quite difficult to get out of the bag. All right, there we go. So here are the two very squishy paws. They're pre-inflated from the factory. I'm gonna show you the pump again real quick in case you haven't seen the other video, but it is a pretty nice, convenient little pump where they do have this little locking mechanism and they do have attachments at the bottom of it. Not the bottom here. Those are the attachments for it. Nice little storage spot. All right, so let's check these out a little more. So in here, they have some styrofoam inserts and they use these to keep the ankles open. And these are still really heavy. I wasn't thinking about wearing these, but I'm kind of glad that I'm not right now because it's going to be really hard to put on. It's going to be really heavy to walk. So what's nice about this is they do have kind of a toe texture to it. And we've seen this with the paws as well. So each individual toe here is very squishy, as well as kind of the base of the foot here. And it is kind of a heavy silicone texture, so it doesn't feel like a balloon. It feels, I don't know, like a very thick pillow. And here are the bottom of the feet, and they do have color to them. Normally, this is not Zaros's color scheme here. I like to have black paws, and then the toes, or sorry, black soles, and then the toes are blue themselves. But you can kind of see how jiggly that they are. I know people like to call these beans. And I better be careful, otherwise it's going to fall off my coffee table. All right, so let's take a look at these feet from another angle. So this is how they look in front. And I'm going to take out one of these styrofoam inserts, but I'm actually going to feel around here just to see how much space that the feet kind of have. But it's hard to try and figure out how deep that these go because I don't really want to take the styrofoam inserts out. So I'll just leave them in there for now. They are hard to put on just because of the silicone nature of the paws. And just kind of looking at the bottom once again here. This is kind of the consistency. It's very squishy, as you can tell. Now, I noticed that the claws, they also have the same texture. Like, they are squishy, but they're not as squishy as the other parts of the paw. And here's the little hose pump again, where you can plug in the little pump that they give you and then inflate them that way. So I'm noticing I'm already getting some hair on it. And oh, look at that. Silicone and latex tend to be hair magnets. So since I do have a white color, it is going to be really difficult to keep these clean. So that's another reason why I didn't want to wear these with my fursuit. Okay, so let's go ahead and try out these little locks here around the ankles. So I'm taking one of the keys out and let me get the lock visible here. I'm gonna get the wrapping off both of them. So once again, those that have seen the previous video, you know that there's nothing too complicated with these locks. There's not too much of a locking system. So this is how they come off. They have a little belt kind of mechanism here. I personally would wear these without them. I think it does add a nice kind of look to them, but I'm not going to worry too much about them when I wear them. So let me get this back on again. And this loop here goes through the belt hole and it is a bit wide so that it can fit through. And it's already hard to put them on, so I don't think I can make them too tight. So it's already on the second largest loop. And I'm going to try putting this on. I don't even have the feet inside of the paws yet. And, you know, as I've already mentioned, it's on the second biggest loop. So I don't think that I can really keep these on too well. All right, so here's a nice little angle again. So once again, these are just kind of the fronts of them. And I just wanted to get another side view. And I actually don't like where I placed this little bracelet. So, oh, okay, here's the key. You don't want to lose those. That's why they included two of them. So I'm going to readjust this one more time, and just so you can see how the locking mechanism works. And I'm going to slide it down a little further here, just so that matches the other foot paw. Yeah, these are quite difficult to put on. So yeah, once again here, I do have the styrofoam inserts, but I can hardly get it on, but that's all right. It is a tight grip that you can have for the ankle, and I'm gonna slightly take that out just to see if I can get a better fit. And let me make sure that the locket faces the right way. Okay, there we go. And then you throw the key away once you put them on. So I'm actually going to put it inside this baggie here because I don't want to lose them. But for those that have seen the unboxing previously, you do know that the keys can be used to deflate these as well. All right, so that concludes the unboxing. Thanks for watching.